I have to tell you, now I'm up to 15 million views a month. But who knew? It blew up. I was 35 years in real estate. I sold 72 homes. My older son said, Mom, we're going to create 4 videos. That was it. That was it. Passion and authenticity. I'm me.
Welcome to Michelle's Seat at the Table. Hi, Antoinette. How are you?
I'm great. And good morning. And thank you for having me
I am
to
so
share
honored.
to
Yes,
share all of this with you and your listeners. Thank you so much.
definitely. Thank you. I'm honored to have you join me at the table today. And as we've talked about, this podcast is about leadership, it's about community, it's about the conversations that shape us because we know life isn't just about the destination. The richness is in the journey and in our stories. And so I'm excited to tell the audience about you a little bit before we get into it. So my guest today went from selling homes in New Jersey to one of the biggest stages in food television. And for 35 years, Antoinette was a high producing real estate agent before pivoting to food content creation. Now, I will say, now that is a career pivot that I can't wait to get into. Antoinette, once again, welcome to the table.
Thank you so much. You know, Michelle, I need to share this with you. Before we even get started, when you called me and you mentioned at the table, you hit a spot in my heart. And the spot was I'm writing a second book right now, which is called Back to the Table.
Oh,
I know. So I didn't even share that with you yet. The book is not done, it's not out. But I have to tell you, the table speaks louder than words.
that's
The
right.
table just creates communication. It creates sharing love, and food is my language of love. So coming back to the table, I feel like I'm home again with you.
Oh, I
And
love it.
it's just
And
such a wonderful feeling. And thank you so much for allowing me. I'm honored to share all of this with your listeners.
well,
And
I
yes,
can't wait to get into it. I think it's going to be a really great conversation. And so,
thank you.
as I mentioned in the introduction, you have had an amazing career before your home cooking ventures, which we'll get to. But
Yes.
can you just tell us a little bit about, because that's actually how we met through real estate.
Real estate with your husband.
You have been a rock star real estate agent, power woman, mom, agent, all of the things. So tell the listeners about your career before and then what that pivot was and how you got into not just cooking, but really a business around being a home
Yeah.
cook.
I'd love to share it all with you. It's so exciting. I've been cooking since I'm 10, making lasagna with my parents in the kitchen and eggplant parmesan. Then I created complete meals at 10 years old. I'd go to my uncle's garden next door and I'd go pick an eggplant and I came home and make eggplant parm. My mother would be out. She'd come home. The dinner was done on the table. I loved it
Fantastic.
all. I loved it all. Years ago, we had huge snowstorms. So I'd go outside and I'd make an igloo and I'd make a stove in my igloo and in my huge drift. And I'd put seating and I'd invite my friends on the block to come over for dinner. 10 years old. This is how much I loved cooking. But I also love people. I love family values. I love tradition. And it all goes together to carry the tradition from your grandmother, my grandmother from Naples. The food that she made, making the pasta, laying it out on a bed sheet. Christmas Eve, she'd have all the pasta ready on a clean bed sheet in her bedroom. She'd pick it all up, and we were 30 people around the table. All of these things resonate and stay in my mind forever. But what I loved also was real estate. I loved being a business person. I loved being an entrepreneur. I loved having the confidence that my parents installed in me to the you can do it attitude.
Hmm.
And my mom always left me with a saying, and the saying was, if it's meant to be, it's up to me.
All I
And I
love that. Say
carried
it one
that
more
saying,
time.
if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And I just need to tell you this, and you probably don't know it. And I'm sure David, your husband, we worked together in real estate. And I'm sure he will remember this story the first time he met me. I had just come back from a safari in Africa with my grandchildren and my family. And that's something I always dreamed of. That was on my bucket list. And I was showing him pictures, and he saw a picture of the lion that we were so close to, the lion's head in the
Yes.
safari. And he said, Antoinette, you have so much courage. You have so much strength. Can I have a picture of that lion? And I gave it to him. And I don't know, I think he carried it through in his business because he does a lot of training and teaching as well. And I think he carried that lion showing courage, ambition, never give up, never being frightened. There I was. The lion was 6 feet away from me. I wasn't scared because we were in the correct environment with protection. We were
Sure.
in the Jeep. But it's all about having the courage, having the faith to know that you can move forward. Here I am. I'm 73 years old. I was 35 years in real estate.
Yes.
Proud to say that. I loved every day of it. But I cooked for every open house every Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, my open houses were called Wellness Wednesday. So I combined food, serving my realtors to come preview my listings. And at that time, I carried 30, 40 listings at a time. Not like the market now where the listing is on for a day and it's gone. I carried 34. I sold 72 homes a week proudly, and I'm not bragging. That just showed that fire in my stomach never went out. Never went out. I just let it burn and burn and burn. And the owner of the company used to call me the unstoppable train because my mind was always projecting and thinking ahead, just as it is now. So when I decided 35 years was enough, I took my business. I said to my son, Andrew, who lives in Jersey in Woodcliff Lake, I said, Andrew, please take over my business. It's a wonderful business. I don't want to leave my former clients, my
Mm-hmm.
present clients. And he did so, brought it to other levels with it now being so technology driven. And that's where I'm in a little deficit with the technology. I'm great with the wooden spoon, but don't put me in front of the computer too much. And he took over. And you want to know something? He thanks me every day for just, I guess, installing the good values of leadership,
That's right.
never being fear, having faith, and never giving up and believing in yourself. And that's part of what I want to share with everyone today and with you.
Well,
And
you say that, and I think at 2 points. You mentioned your real estate career and how many listings, and it's a big deal, right? For
very
those
big.
people who are listening, who are real estate agents or aspiring to be, what you accomplished is not easy, and there are teams of people who don't carry 30 listings. And so I know you said you don't want to brag, but I
I
will
don't. I
brag
had one
on you.
agent.
I will
I had
brag
one.
on you because I
Thank you.
know how
Thank you.
powerful that
I'm not a
is.
I'm not a braggart. I'm a giver. I'm a sharer. And I feel, first of all, I had only one admin helping me. So I was in constant communication with all of my buyers and sellers and working from 8 in the morning till 11 at night. But I loved it. I have a
And that's
husband
what
who
the
was so
job
patient.
requires.
It was an exciting section and part of my life. But I felt after 35 years and coming to the age I am, darn it, I'm going to do what I really want to do. I used to
Yes.
walk around the office saying, but all I want to do is have my own cooking show. I want to share my cooking values, my techniques, my tradition, my culture with everyone. I want to teach people how to cook with great, good, healthy ingredients, but simplistic. And that's where my book came in. So my book came in later on onset. I'm going into my third year of promoting myself on Instagram and all the sites.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, now I'm up to 15 million views a month. I went from this to that. I just we when I retired from real estate and Andrew took over, my son said to me, my older son said, Mom, we're going to create 4 videos professionally. He's in the professional entertainment business. He said, we're going to create 4 videos. And what I want to do is have you put it on your Facebook for your fellow realtors to see you and follow you and remember you and your friends and family and share some of grandma's recipes.
Yes.
Well, I did that, but who knew? It blew up. And you know why it blew up? It was my pivot. That was it. That was it. He said, I think we have something here. And I ran with the ball. And you know why it became so successful, Michelle? Two words: passion and authenticity.
Yes.
I'm me. I share me. And from the day I entered real estate, I shared real estate values with everyone. There was never a secret. There was never something that I withheld because I always felt if I can help my fellow realtors, we can build businesses together. There's enough homes out there to be sold and listed for everyone. You just have to know how to handle your business and how to manage it and have a roadmap to where you want to be. And that all comes with confidence. And I always said that happiness brings success. Success never brings happiness. So if you're happy and positive, you're going to flourish. And that's what I did. So
Yes.
now, when I was in real estate, Real Producers contacted me, a big magazine in Bergen County. They said, Antoinette, you're ranked seventh in the state out of 10,000 agents. We'd like to do a story about you. Well, guess what happened? That was a beautiful story many years ago. I was in the pinnacle of my business. Well, they came back to me last year, and guess what? They said, we want to write a story on you, Antoinette, in Real Producers, even though you're not producing real estate anymore, you're producing something. So they wrote a story on me as a second act that served family tradition and sitting down with my Sunday sauce.
Oh,
Now,
I
why
love
did they
that.
do that? I went from real estate with the passion to cooking with the passion to sharing my culture, the values of family values around the table. And you know what? It was mine that did it.
You know, I've heard this story about you and your meatballs. And one of the questions that I had prepared was about the recipe that went big that made you say, this is really it. I've got something here.
Three statements. I don't fry them. I don't bake them. I drop them in the sauce. And that's when I got the call from Drew Barrymore, from her producers, said, Antoinette, we need to have you on the show. This has gone viral. I got 40 million views.
Wow.
Why? Because I dropped them in the sauce. Why? Because the flavor of the sauce goes into the meatball. The meatball flavor goes into the sauce. I don't fry them and leave the taste in the frying pan. They become hard. I don't bake them. When you bake them, you leave all the flavoring in the bottom of the pan. So what I did was a true marriage of ingredients. This was a third generation recipe, over 100 years old, from my grandma from Naples, Italy, Avellino. And you know what? It worked. My are now paying me back double time. My dad and I used to roll 500 for the
Wow.
town of Rivervale every other Sunday home football game. And what I did was I sold those meatballs in the booth, the refreshment stand. I sold them in sandwiches. I donated all that money to the town so the children can have new safety equipment.
That's
I've been doing
fantastic.
I've been doing charity with my Italian cooking, with my meatballs. And now it's really paying me back emotionally and just allowing me to share all of this great experience with everyone, including you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for sharing that. I do know that you've had a really great recent opportunity. So, as I described, going from real estate to now, you were standing in the 100 Cooks Arena. And for those that don't know, there's a new show called 100 Cooks on the Food Network. It's the biggest home cook competition that they've ever done, hosted by Terry Crews and judges with Alex
Alex
Gornishelli, who is huge, and Nick DiGiovanni.
DiGiovanni, yes.
I'm sure people want to know, when did you find out that you were chosen for that show? And in that moment, what did that feel like? Reaching that pinnacle of something that you've really dreamed about?
I can't even tell you. I got the phone call And they said, we're going to be interviewing you with three producers, the producer, the director, and the supervising producer. So I had three interviews, and they were intense interviews. They want to know everything. They want to get the feeling of your personality, your passion, where you came from, where you want to go
Yes.
with this. And I did my three interviews. I was never nervous. I'm never nervous when I'm secure about something that I feel good that I'm sharing. And when you share, you care. And that came across. So they interviewed over 3,000 people, and 100 of us were picked, and the show was called 100 Cooks. And it's still on till the end of July. So it was the most unbelievable phone call when I received it and said, you've been chosen. All I did was scream. I just said, Mom, my mom in the heavens, my dad. I said, guess what? It really happened. And you know what, Mom? All of your training and all of me watching you and Dad cook in the kitchen, it's now paying off. So I got to appear. They opened me up. I got a call before the show, and they said, you are the premiere of the show. I opened up the two first segments, and they said, you are the feature of our show.
Wow.
So I was the oldest. I was the oldest with the
What
most
an
energy.
honor to be.
Terry couldn't believe my energy. He goes, Antoinette, but you had to see when I made the Italian wedding soup, the second. First was the zuppa de pesce. How do you make zuppa de pesce when you have to get your ingredients? You have 35 minutes, 5 minutes to plate it, incorporate it in that 35 minutes. I did it. And then the Italian wedding soup, chopping the escargot, all the vegetables, everything that I did. Well, during the break, the soup was all there, the big pot of soup. The cameramen were all coming. They were loving it, tasting it. Terry loved it. You know, it was the most incredible experience, but I got to tell you what was the best. I met 99 of the greatest people. They came from all over the country, and we stayed friends, and we all are on a group chat, and it's just we all are home chefs and home cooks with the same passion. And what I love about it so much is everyone lended their different cultures. You learned, you gained energy, you shared your passion with them. And the Food Network people were just wonderful. So the other day we went to the building. They dedicated a whole building on 19th and Park. If anyone wants to go see it, the whole mural of the whole building, 100 cooks. There's Terry right in the middle.
Wow.
And yeah, Food Network did a photo shoot with us. So the people that live local came and we did a photo shoot. And it was just another wonderful experience.
That
And it's
sounds
being
like,
shown, yeah, it's being shown in so many countries throughout the world in 13 different languages.
well, I learned to cook from my grandmother, and my joy and passion around cooking. I love to be in the kitchen because I was always in the kitchen with her. And there were so many lessons that I learned. And again, going back to the table, it's not always what seems most obvious, but watching and learning. I learned discipline. I learned how to care. I learned to be detail oriented. The
Yes.
things that I took into my career and into my relationships as well. And when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking and you're thinking about not just the passion and the food and the love, but the work that goes into it and that you've been so successful at, are there any key things that you take from your cooking and your business that you'd like to share?
I share the excitement of someone eating and tasting my food. I share the excitement of someone actually buying my cookbook. The reason I share this excitement is in this cookbook, it's my library, it's my Bible. Each recipe is one page, and you can get this cookbook on Amazon. It's simple, simple ingredients, simple recipes. Third generation, some of them are over 100 years old. Some of them are recipes that I created with my dad, which brings me tremendous memories. But what my big take is creating and love and sharing the love around the table, and just having my children and my grandchildren know that they can carry the tradition of what their grandmother or their mom made. Just like you said, I'm sure there are recipes in your mind that your
Yes.
grandma or your mom made that will never leave you. It's in your heart forever. And that is what means the most to me, creating those family values In our Italian culture, it's Sunday supper. It's the sauce. Some people say gravy. It's the sauce and the meatballs and the brajol and the sausage and the appetizers. So that was part of me wanting to make this book. Every recipe in here has a meaning to me.
I
Everything
love
has
that.
value and creates memories. And where is it all going to? The table.
The
And
table.
that's what,
I love
when
it.
you called me, I was so excited. I'm like, whoa,
We are
this is
at the
meant to
table.
be
Yes.
at the table. There I am at the table.
Well, let me ask you another question. I love the passion that you had, and I love that you took a risk, right? You bet on yourself. And for those real estate agents, the entrepreneurs, the home cooks, or even the corporate executives that are watching and listening, who are also dreaming about doing something that they're passionate about taking a chance, betting on themselves, just like you did, following their passion. What's the one piece of honest advice that you'd give those people who are contemplating a pivot, a dream that hasn't been realized yet?
Believe in yourself. Know that there is a gift on top of the shelf right over your head. All you have to take, there's a box. You have to take that box down, that gift, in your mind, and you have to open it up. Until you don't open up that box, you're never going to know what's inside. So you have to take that plunge. You have to open that box and know that there's something special in there for you to embellish in your life and to share with your family. Okay? I don't know how to say it any clearer.
It doesn't
Just
get any more
believe.
clear than that.
I'm Nona. I'm Mama. I'm Mama G. Just take that box, open it up, and run with it. Have that passion, that fire in your stomach. Believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what age you are. I don't care if you're 10, if you're 20, or you're my age, 73. Go for it because you can do it. When someone says to me, I can't cook, that means you don't want to cook. You can cook. You can do
Big
anything that you
difference.
put your mind to. There's a big difference in life. So
Yes.
that's why with my book, I made this so simple. Each recipe is only one page, and I have it segregated with appetizers, starters, soups, salads, pastas, chicken, veal, beef. I have
Oh, you're
whole
making me
salads.
hungry.
I know.
I'm
And see,
hungry
each is
already.
just one page. It's one page. And then I hired and he actually did wine pairing with every recipe.
I have one
So,
question before I get
yes,
to my lightning round of questions.
yes,
And you've sat in so many different chairs at so many different tables over the
I did.
course of your career, be it in real estate or the work that you're doing now, and all of the opportunities that you've had being a content creator. My question is, what does your seat at the table look like today, and what does that mean to you?
My seat at the table today means and looks like to me that what I'm going to do is I'm given a wonderful opportunity to share on a bigger viewing screen now. I'll be doing many TV shows in New York. I got called after my Food Network show premiered, and I'll be starting to film June 25th. I guess I can say a little bit. I'm going to be on with Rosanna Scotto. I'm going to probably be on with Drew Barrymore again. I'm trying to get on with Kelly and Mark. I've met with the producers. So, Good Morning America. I've got a lot of shows, and these are national. So I can share my values, my traditions now with the world, and my simplistic, authentic Italian cooking. But that's where I see myself now. I just see
Okay.
myself on a broader scale.
So you went from all of that to now here on Michelle's Seat at the Table podcast, and I
And
am
I'm honored.
so
I'm honored.
thankful.
I'm
Yes.
honored.
Well, let's get into some of the lightning round questions. This is the way that you have been on this show. I think people also really get a lot of your personality and the things that are really important to you. But these are a little bit fun, so we'll see. Are you currently binge watching anything?
As far as TV is concerned,
Yes.
am I binge watching? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't binge watch
Okay.
anything. I'm into my cookbooks. I'm into my recipes.
Yes.
I'm creating. And when I have free time, I'm writing my books. So when my husband's watching TV, I'm in my office and I'm writing my books.
Okay.
And
That's
that's what I
good.
love. I love to
That's
read
honest.
and write. Do
That's
I love?
great.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Well,
going to
I
be
binge watch
I
cooking
do.
shows.
Well, I was just going to say Food Network is my binge watch.
Me too.
That's my binge watch.
Okay,
That's
next
my new show.
question. What food do you enjoy eating but you don't make?
Um, I love Chinese food. I do enjoy Chinese food.
Okay,
And I don't make it. I love Chinese food and I love Greek food.
very good. Next question. Are you an early bird or a late owl?
I'm up at 5:30 every day.
That's an early
5:30
bird.
every day, and guess what I'm doing at 6 o'clock in the morning? My chicken cacciatore was done at 8 o'clock in the morning. I've been cooking my entire life, once a week, once every other week, as a treat, but no junk food. So
Okay.
that is my thing.
All
So
right.
I just carry the tradition.
Very good. Okay, the last question is, and I know that you and Roger enjoy music. So, what is either the last concert you've been to or your favorite concert?
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
We
and did
just
you
went
see
to
him in
that a couple
Jersey?
weeks ago. Yes, yes. So music is the key of life to
Mhm.
us. So yes, we see many concerts,
Oh,
many,
that's
many.
great. There you have it. Well, Antoinette, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been an honor. It's been a pleasure. It's been so much fun
Thank
hearing
you.
about your journey.
Thank you.
Please tell the listeners what's the best way for people to follow you and to find out more about the work that you're
Okay.
doing and to get your cookbook, Antoinette's
Yes.
Authentic Italian Cookbook.
Make sure it's this book with my name on it because there's three of them.
Okay.
And make sure it says it's this cover with the Italian wedding soup on Amazon. And it's priced well, but the best part about it is the recipes in here are simple, authentic, and they're easy. They're nothing that's going to be complicated for you. And
Thank
if you
you.
want to, yeah, and also what I'd like you to do is follow me on my Instagram and all the sites, Facebook and YouTube, everything. Go on Antoinette'sItalianKitchen.com for my website. But if you want to just go on Instagram and all the sites, Antoinette's with the S, Italian Kitchen. And I'd love for you to follow me. I'd love for all of you to be a part of my cooking community and my cooking life. I'm honored to have you all aboard.
Thank you. And I will make sure to put
Thank
all
you.
of those in the show notes. And to the listeners, if this episode was one that you enjoyed, please share it with a friend, share it with a colleague, and give us a rating, 5 stars, on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, remember the most important conversations don't always happen in the boardroom. They happen right here at the table.
Thank you, Michelle, for having me.
Thank you for listening. And if this podcast episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend. Invite them to the table. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform.